G'day Marty's first. Oh, g'day Philly Joe. G'day Moneymaker. G'day Dave Chicago. G'day Rabba. G'day Brisbane. G'day Sassy Name. G'day Michael72. G'day Trey. G'day Shikika. Goodbye Shikika. Bro. G'day Billiam. How do you get raw downloads? So, okay, let me just get g'day Michael out. G'day Fran. G'day Briswiz again. No, oh, well, yes, I'm on the toilet again, correct. Okay, Chewy. Let me just download. So there is now a new version in the App Store, 0.516. So for those not on test flight, you can go and get it. And I will show you what you will see. Download. Why does it not do anything when I click download? Anyway, yes, I've seen quite a few new people around. I don't know why it won't download on here. Maybe because I've got the test flight version. Maybe that's a change in the new. Yeah, right. So that's the thing in iOS 15, because this is iOS 15 beta, that I couldn't just download it over the top of the other ones. Okay, so on here, on the broadcast list, if I can get it to expose properly, I have got them against just about everyone, but this little button here on your own previous broadcast, you will see a button like that, and then if you click on it, it says, oh, I can't quite read it. Raw video is available for a short time, does it say? Anyway, so you can copy the URL and then go and put it in VLC or something else to watch or edit, and there's a help page because it's a bit complicated, or cancel, right? So I've got cancel. So I've got a superpower, so I can see everyone that's available, but you will only see that on your own broadcasts in the historical broadcast list. Right. So that's sort of the good news. The bad news is it's a bit difficult to do much with it because it's in the internal WebM format that I'm using for video transmission. G'day SoFlo. G'day who else? G'day Carrie. G'day Dean. Yes, we've been trying to work out how you can convert it into an editable form, and I'm sure we'll get there eventually. But it's a bit tricky because it's a very optimized format for sending things over the web. You've done it, Briswiz. Have you shared the news? I've just woken up, to be honest, so I haven't looked on Slack or anywhere. But Candavu's been making some progress, and Briswiz has worked it out. So if you can share the details of how to do it, that would be great. I'll update the FAQ. yeah, so that is the first step towards replays. The next step will be obviously in the app that you can watch the replays directly. But this feature will remain. You'll always be able to download your raw video, but it will only be for 24 hours or so for free. I guess not. If it was in the last 8 hours, I haven't seen it. Let me check on my Twitter here. Oh, sorry. It was more than 8 hours ago, and now I see it. No, I haven't looked at that yet. So yeah, okay. So the next step will be replays within the app. Because of the size of the files, replays will only be available for 24 hours probably. I'm not exactly sure what it'll be. For free, and only if you opt in. Downloads will always be available for yourself, but to allow replays for others, you have to choose to do that, and then I'll have a paid feature to do that. A paid feature to keep your broadcasts for longer, which will be like a cloud storage subscription. And in terms of what the replays will look like, so initially, will we be able to watch replays in Heckle? Yes. That's the next step basically that I'm working on now. Yeah, so really this feature that's available now is an interim, and it allows you to get to the raw video to if you want to edit it or do something else with it, like put it on YouTube. But it's raw video. It will always be raw video without comments, right? It's just if you want to use the footage to grab a screenshot out of it or something like that. So what else? Yeah, so the replays in the app that are coming will initially be probably just the raw video. Then the next will be to add the comments, and then the next will be to do the to allow scrubbing for you to go backwards and forwards. Go Tinkerballs, if I didn't say. How much will it cost? I'm not sure. I think it'll be probably. Brisbane's only going to charge $1 to transcode anyone's download. Hey, Briswiz, can I share that one that you sent me to others, or at least Candavu to test? Because he was doing some transcoding, but then he found it didn't work. That's me, isn't it? Right? Yes, of course. Yes, it's me. So it's up to me. It'll work. You're confident. Okay, so transcoding is basically converting the video from one, in this case video, but it applies to the audio, the audio too, but the video is the difficult part. Converting the audio from one format or one codec to another, one internal format, and you can think of it basically as like doing a screen recording, but you can set it to whatever settings you like, but because it's as a screen recording, it's not perfect, right? Well, I mean, it's pretty perfect, but it's not. I mean, the thing with video formats is that each different type of format compresses the video because video is so big. All the formats have or just about all the formats have some compression, and that loses some of the detail, and because they each do different compression tricks, if you convert from one to the other, then you basically lose the quality. Yeah, so they're all lossy. Well, all the ones that are practical, I guess, for sitting around on the internet are lossy. So if you convert from one to another, then you multiply the losses. It's like when you imagine copying videotapes. I mean, it's not analog, but it's sort of similar to analog, as in the more times you do it, the more you lose. Which is why I'm giving you access to the raw video, so that's the best possible quality that we have, and then depending how you convert it, you can get as close as possible to that. And the reason I don't convert, yeah, well, I know videotapes, but I know no one uses videotapes, but everyone remembers trying to copy a videotape, and the more times you copied it, it would get worse and worse. I'm trying to think of an analogy in modern times for the youngsters. They don't. Everything is just perfectly digital. What else was I going to say? Don't know. Making a copy of a copy of a copy, which doesn't matter if it's a normal file, if you just copy it. Don't know. Anyway, oh yeah, Marty uploaded to YouTube. Yeah, uploading to YouTube, they look perfect. So, Michael, I hope you now understand what transcoding is in rough terms. Michael asked, how much will it cost? I expect it's going to be, I don't know exactly what, because I can't set the price exactly, but it'll be probably about $2 a month for the minimum storage amount, which might be like 50 gig or something like that. But don't quote me on it. I still got to work it out properly. Kept it private. Yeah, good. Yeah, exactly, Marty. It's great tip. Oh, yes. The other thing I was going to say about transcoding is that the more you you can do it in a very slow computer CPU intensive way to minimize the loss of quality. But hence, I don't want to do that on my server for everyone because, well, one, because I don't know what format people want. And two, I don't want to spend a lot of CPU time. The whole point of using the format that I have is that it's very efficient CPU-wise, so I can scale up pretty easily. And everyone says, oh, is this going to work when we have lots of users? And I say, yeah. And that's why, because I'm not transcoding anywhere. Oh, yes. Telegraph or telephone game. I'm glad you call it that, because I was trying to describe it to my kids. I'll have to remember that. For the benefit of the replay viewers, Dean says he's making a copy of a copy results the same as the telegraph or telephone game we played as kids. Yes, I guess it is. We called it Chinese Whispers, but yeah, that's a much nicer name for it. Well, it's not the best analogy, but I mean, you get the idea. Basically, you're losing information. Yeah, racist analogies are not the best. Will there be a desktop version of Heckle? Well, do you mean desktop Windows or desktop Mac? There is sort of a you can almost get it to work on Mac as it is. Candavu does broadcasts on his M1 Mac. The only major problem, okay, see you, remember. The only major problem, no, Candavu actually runs it on his, well, I'll get to the web version, but yeah, Candavu Sorry, I'm half asleep. I haven't had coffee. Candavoo has sideloaded a version onto his M1 Mac. The only major problem with it is when you're watching a video, when you watch, he broadcasts on it. He actually has some live broadcasts. He has some live broadcasts from his M1 Mac, and in fact, using a GoPro camera, there's a lip sync and problem, but the other major problem with it is when you're watching broadcasts, there's no audio. So I haven't. That's just a fluke that it works on M1 Mac. But we might be able to do that. In terms of an actual Windows version, almost no chance. However, as someone mentioned, there may be I may do a web version at least to view broadcasts, and that may be the first availability on Android that I do, and that would presumably work on. It wouldn't be too hard for me to get that to work on Windows as well. So that's definitely a possibility. Okay, I think that's probably all I needed to say. Yeah, okay, Dan. Well, I mean, I have talked about G'day Peter Unplugged, good about Peter Unplugged, G'day Peter Unplugged. I did wonder about whether I could officially, because I mean, you can talk to Candavoo about how to do it, I guess, if you're interested. But it's not jailbroken, but there's some third-party software he uses, but you can't, I think, do it on the latest Mac OS, only on a prior version or something. But I could officially make it available, but I don't really want to I don't want to spend the effort on it yet to fix the audio. And I don't think I want to release it when there's no audio on watching broadcasts. So that would just annoy people, I think. So there you go. Any more questions? I'm surprised no one's asked me about what this is over here yet. And I'm not telling you. How would an American pronounce master beta? I don't know. Probably not like that. My transcoded file is available for 24 hours. Yes, I know. That's the idea. You can't see it properly, so you can't tell what it is. I guess it's big too, BrizWiz. It's probably costing you in Google Drive. Yeah, no, sorry I missed that. I thought it would have been after that I checked to see if you'd replied. Anyway, we'll be onto it. Am I using moisturiser today? No, I don't use moisturiser because I find if I use it one day, then my skin's dry the next day. Whereas my skin is actually fine if I just do not much to it. I do need to have a shave though. How do you see? I don't know how you say beta in Greek. Beta, I would have thought. Alpha, beta, gamma, delta. That's how I say it anyway. But how did the Greeks say it? Don't know. Have to ask them. Now that FZ's been home a couple of days, I can get her to buzz my hair for me. What do you reckon? And I want to go and get a coffee. Now I've got a headache. It must be a caffeine headache. Are you calling me a tower? I know the reference. I actually understand that reference. G'day, Satman. I think I'm out of here. Let's do a lag test. Let's do a lag test. Is this replay worth watching? It's a bit incoherent, but yeah, it may be. Maybe. I'm just talking about, so the version 0.516 is now in the App Store. So now everybody has the ability to download their own broadcasts for 24 hours minimum. At the moment, they're longer than that, but they may not be when I start running out of space. And so I'm explaining about that in the next steps on broadcasts. And I think, and I've, if you, I tried to think of an analogy to explain transcoding, but you probably know what transcoding is. Yeah, so we're still having trouble. Well, RizWiz knows how to transcode the WebM. Others have been unsuccessful, and we talked a bit about how to use the WebM files that you access as well. You've had some success, Peter, at least watching them on your computer and getting screenshots of them, which is good. Marty did the old-fashioned way. Yeah, and BrizWiz is offering to do it for $1. It'll transcode anyone's files for only $1. Is that an Australian dollar or a US dollar? Coming on faster than you expected. Well, thank you, Michael. Thank you. Aussie dollar. There you go. Bargain. Bargain. It might cost you an exchange fees. No, it's not. The exchange fees won't be much. Do you accept other currencies? Michael had no expectations. Well, thank you. All right, let's do a lag test. Most of you are not solving anything because you... Oh, Dean said something. Dean said, how do you say Buddha in Greek? I don't know. I don't know what that means. Yes, hopefully it will, Michael, after all this effort and all those dollars to BrizWiz. All right. Lag test time. Get your numeric keyboard ready and press number 2. Well done. Peter Unplugged is first. Grant in Geelong. Oh, I didn't see you here, even Grant. Hello, Grant. Then Marty Iprin, then Sapman, then Philly Joe, then Michael, then Dean, then Fran. Well done, everybody. Thank you for playing. And Dan's come in with the... What are those? What's that numbering system called? I guess it's Roman, but I always think of Romans as Roman as capitals. Winners are grinners. Awesome. Lowercase Roman, yeah, I guess so. I guess it would be Roman with a small r. Okay, I'm going Roman to get a coffee. So thank you, everyone. This will be on YouTube in a little while. Hopefully less than an hour. Well, Rome is the capital, so it should be capital. Okay, bye. Yeah, well, it does look very stupid when you do that. 2 capital I's. CAG. I don't know that I even said hello to CAG and they've gone. Okay, bye. Have a good night. Have a good whatever. That's a pipe symbol, exactly. Very good. Double pipe. That'll be all. Okay, see ya.